So there I was, standing in the middle of a bustling street in a foreign country, my phone buzzing in my pocket like it had a mind of its own. I was supposed to be on vacation, exploring new places, tasting exotic food, and living my best life. But instead, I was in a hospital gown, staring at an 4 drip, trying to wrap my mind around the fact that I was about to undergo an unexpected medical procedure thousands of miles from home. You see, I've always been that person who's super cautious when it comes to traveling. I plan everything: accommodation, flights, the best restaurants, you name it. But one thing I always thought I could skip was travel insurance. I mean, who wants to think about bad things happening when you're about to go on a trip, right? Well, life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. I'd been in this incredible country for only a couple of days when I suddenly started feeling this sharp pain in my stomach. I thought maybe it was just something I ate, but it quickly escalated. It went from mild discomfort to full-on excruciating pain. The kind of pain that stops you in your tracks and makes you sweat just thinking about it. I didn't want to ruin the trip, so I tried to ignore it at first. But after a few hours, I was in tears. That's when I realized I needed help fast. So off to the hospital I went. And let me tell you, navigating a medical emergency in a foreign country is an experience I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. The language barrier, the unfamiliar paperwork, the uncertainty of whether you're even being treated properly, it's all so overwhelming. I was terrified, not just because of the pain, but because I had no idea how much this was going to cost. I was just a tourist, without a clue about how healthcare worked in this country or what it would mean for my bank account. The idea of bills piling up, plus having to figure out all the logistics from a hospital bed, made the whole situation even worse. But then I remembered something. A few weeks before the trip, I had reluctantly bought travel insurance, mostly because my friend had insisted, and I'd always been a little skeptical about how much I'd actually needed. It wasn't even a big deal for me, just something I added to check off the safety box on my to-do list. I had no idea how much that decision would change everything. I pulled out my phone, shakily dialed the insurance company's emergency number, and they answered immediately. They reassured me, walked me through the process, and even helped me find a hospital that spoke English. They got in touch with the medical staff directly and coordinated everything for me, from treatment to covering the costs. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. It was like a lifeline in a moment when I had no idea what to do next. The procedure went smoothly, and thankfully, I was able to recover quickly. But the peace of mind I had, knowing that I wasn't drowning in medical debt or dealing with the stress of trying to communicate with a foreign healthcare system, made all the difference. And here's the thing, I know many of you probably think, that'll never happen to me. I used to think that way too. But if there's one thing I learned from this experience, it's that you just can't predict life. You never know when a random health issue might pop up or how expensive a medical emergency abroad could be. Now, I don't travel without insurance. Not ever. And I'm not just saying that because I want you to buy insurance, though seriously, you should. I'm saying it because it was a life-saving decision for me, and I truly don't know how I would have handled it without that safety net. It wasn't just about covering the cost. It was about having someone there who could guide me through one of the scariest moments of my life. That's why I'm going to mention this. I use Auras.insure. It's been my go-to for travel insurance ever since, and I'm honestly so grateful I found them. They're not just about the policy. They're about the support they give you when it counts. They really made me feel taken care of, like I wasn't alone, even though I was thousands of miles from home. So, yeah, travel insurance. It's not just for lost luggage or canceled flights. It's for real-life emergencies, and it can make all the difference when you least expect it. Trust me, I've been there. You can find them by looking up Auras.insure, and honestly, it's worth considering before your next trip. Take care of yourselves and stay safe out there, because sometimes the best trips are the ones you plan for just in case.